Hi Capricorn, this is your horoscope for December 2017 and I have really good news for you because Saturn has been in Sagittarius for about 2.5 years and it moves into your sign of Capricorn on the 20th of December, and that's going to give you such a boost for the next 2.5 years. Well, 2 years and 4 months. It stays there until March 2020, so it's going to be good. Now, starting December, from the 2nd until the 22nd of December, we've got Mercury, the communication planet, going retrograde in Sagittarius in your 12th house. So expect communication issues, but very minimally because it's in your 12th house of spirituality. So it may be that you don't feel as connected to your higher power as you usually do. It's not going to have a big impact on you in the real world, like travel, luggage, flights, computers, telephones, blah, blah, blah. It's not going to make a big difference to you in that sense. On the 3rd of December, we've got the full moon in Gemini, and this energy is 11-11, which is a really powerful energy of a kind of magical doorway opening. So I've made a separate video on this full moon in Gemini. Have a look at that for more information. But in terms of your houses, it's happening in your 6th house of day-to-day routine, work, and your physical health. So there are opportunities in those 3 areas of your life by having this full moon happen in that sector of your chart. On the 11th of December, we have got Saturn, the planet of structure, and your ruler in Sagittarius. It begins to conjunct the Sun. And the Sun is in Sagittarius as well, so is Saturn. And when they join up, you become more rigid in your worldview, but because Saturn is still in Sagittarius, you're kind of torn. Should I, shouldn't I, what's right, what isn't right? It's really hard to make decisions between the 11th and the 20th. You're still kind of rigid from the 20th onwards, but at least you're more decisive because now Saturn is in Capricorn in your sign, and you know what's going to work and you know what you can take action on and what's practical and what isn't. And then the unpractical stuff you can just dismiss. So you no longer feel torn and like, you're actually, okay, this is a good idea. I'm going to do something with it and see if it works. From the 17th of December through until the 6th of January 2018, we've got Mars, the male principle, forming a trine, which means it's 120 degrees away from Neptune. And Neptune is the dream planet, and that's in your 3rd house. So you got Mars, which is this male principle of desire and what I want, next to Jupiter, the lucky planet. And that's in your 11th house of hopes and dreams when it comes to other people. And it connects with the manifestation planet Neptune in your 3rd house of communication. So that is very interesting because it's going to affect you in one of 2 ways. You can look at your past and say, I've really struggled with my friendships and relationships, and I've really been hard done by because I'm not blessed when it comes to those things. I just find it easier to work at things and to be practical than to maintain these emotional relationships. That's one way of looking at it. Or you can say, my relationships so far haven't been the way I want them to be, but now I've got the opportunity to manifest amazing things into my life. And I'm going to use that opportunity and be really positive because the best is yet to come. The best relationship, the best friends, the best experiences, they're still ahead of me. And I mean, I don't need to tell you which one feels better. And if you take the positive approach, you're just as right as taking the negative approach because both are right. And whatever it is you think in here, you're going to manifest externally. So take this as a positive thing and manifest what it is you want in 2018, especially when it comes to your relationships with other people, with friends. See what that, visualize what it looks like, write it down if you're practical. And then at the end of the list, write or something even better that the universe wants for me that I couldn't even think of. And then burn it and watch it fly away. That's the best way to manifest because that's a symbolic, and you're Capricorn, you're an earth sign like me. So that's a nice symbolic ritual where you can see something in black and white, and then when you're burning it, the ashes, it's like letting go. So that's a good kind of technique to manifest things into your life. And especially during the 17th and 6th of January, it's going to be really powerful. 17th of December, that is, to the 6th of January. You really have powerful abilities to manifest things. From the 18th of December through until New Year's Eve, Saturn now begins to conjunct Venus. Venus is the planet of love and beauty, and that is at 21 degrees in your 12th house in Sagittarius. So there's a desire to kind of expand your mind a little bit and to connect with new voices, new ideas, to look at work and to say what can be changed. And at the same time, Saturn is in Sagittarius here for the last 2 days, 18th and 19th, saying, okay, these are your dreams, but are they practical? Will they work? Should you not? So it's not as bad as it's been before, but it serves as a kind of quality control mechanism to your dreams. And you could argue that Saturn in Capricorn would be even better because you just hit the ground running and intuitively know this will work or not. But Saturn in Sagittarius forces you to think about things for a little bit longer before jumping into action. And you and I both know that sometimes a little bit of extra planning doesn't hurt. So use the 18th and 19th to be really inspired and to get these new ideas, but to resist the temptation to kind of move forward and move ahead with them until the 20th. It's made harder by the new moon occurring on the 18th as well in Sagittarius in your 12th house, because a new moon pulls in lots of energy, and Sagittarius is about let's gallop forward. Without planning, ignore the details, let's just go for it. So use that energy to be inspired instead, and make sure you meditate on that day to connect with the higher realms, because that's where this inspiration is going to come from, and then let it simmer a little bit for 2 days and then take action on the 20th. So as I said, on the 20th, Saturn, this huge outer planet, which only changes sign every 2.5 years, does move into your sign of Capricorn, and it rules your sign. So it's super, super happy. It's in your first house. It creates real stability and security in terms of your identity, who you are, what I want out of life, how I can work towards achieving that. Pluto and the moon are also in there in Capricorn, so if I work and I apply myself, I can transform my life and end up in a much more luxurious and comfortable position. And that's not just housing and money, that's relationship and job and everything. One word of warning though, in terms of Saturn in your sign of Capricorn, it's really serious and it puts all the blame on you. So if you're not doing very well financially, then it's like, I'm broke because I made bad decisions and I'm not good at work. Yeah, to a certain extent, our decisions do have an impact on our experiences, but other stuff happens to us externally as well. So don't take all the blame. The great thing about Saturn, which can be taken both ways, it's just me, all the work falls on me, I'm responsible. But on the other side, it's I can do things. I'm independent, I'm free. If I try and make an effort, then I will build something. It's hugely empowering. So choose the second option and empower yourself. Choose one of these dreams that happens around the 18th, 19th, and then decide during Christmas or after Christmas or the couple of days before to really get going on it, because you have all of the power now behind you. And the great news is that Saturn is going to stay in your sign of Capricorn until May or April 2020. So this is your time to shine, Capricorn. If you've ever wanted to build something, like if you wanted to build your own house. I watched this thing on TV recently. This woman, she was sitting across the pool from this guy, and it was this most gorgeous room. It had chandeliers everywhere, and the windows. Oh, it was gorgeous. And they're having this super serious discussion, and at the end of the discussion, she just casually asked the guy, "What do you think of my new room?" And I just screamed at the TV. I said, it's gorgeous. It's so beautiful. It's the best thing I've ever seen. But he wasn't that interested, so I could appreciate it. So if you have a dream like that of building yourself this beautiful like room or something, or you want to build your own business, or you want to build yourself up as a public figure, or you want to transform your working life by making a lateral move, making more money, same job, whatever it is you want, you can decide and you can build. And you're very practical and you're super empowered from the 20th onwards. On the 21st, it's the winter solstice, so it's the shortest day in the northern hemisphere, other way around in the southern. And you have got the North Node in Leo in your 8th. You've got Venus in Sag in your 12th. Mercury in Sagittarius in your 12th. Uranus in your 4th. Okay, so everything is kind of on the left-hand side of the chart except this North Node, which is like a handle, and everything else swings from it. The handle is at 17 degrees in Leo, so depending on how you feel about yourself is how far your vision is going to extend. So if you have low self-esteem and you think you're not good at anything, then it doesn't matter how capable you are, because it's like, well, I'm going to fail anyway. But if you know that you're capable, and you are capable, you're a Capricorn, you're one of the signs that is really able to deal with the difficulties of life. Not because you're Superman or Superwoman, but because you recognize that not everything is always going to be hunky-dory, and that sometimes you have to roll up your sleeves and work. So use that knowledge and your experience of working hard and doing well in life to empower you and say, I am capable, I have got skills, I'm amazing. Use that then to say, what other amazing things can this amazing creature now create? Because I've got Saturn in Capricorn for the next 2 years and 4 months, and I can really make my life the way I want it to be. So really, the winter solstice, do a little bit of meditation to just realize your own amazing glory, magnificence. And I'm not just yanking your chain. You're amazing. You're a divine creature. You're part of the universe, and the universe is at your feet. Whatever you think, your brain is like it's like a machine. It just makes things. It magically creates the world. So use your mind to really just broaden your mind and create whatever it is you want. So 24th of December, Christmas Eve. Aries is in Uranus is in Aries in your fourth, so watch it a little bit around family in terms of resentments and letting people know what you think. Christmas isn't the best time to do it. Venus goes into Capricorn on the 25th, so you're really focused on what you're working on and what you want to create. So Christmas can be a little bit pesky for you, like a little bit of a distraction, irritating. You just want to get it over with, maybe. Uranus certainly is going to say, okay, I've got all these opportunities to move forward. And I'm sitting here eating turkey, and I would rather be working and getting on with it and doing things. And that is something that can frustrate you and irritate you, so just be aware of that and just make the time and realize that you've got enough time to be busy and productive afterwards. You don't need to do it during Christmas. I mean, who works on the 25th? Pretty much no one. And if you're trying to build someone, you're going to need to speak to other people, and they're all off with doing their thing. So chill, it's fine. New Year's Eve, you have got the moon in Gemini in your 6th house, so even more doors open now in terms of your mind and in terms of your intellect as to what the future looks like when it comes to your work. So yeah, you're starting, as soon as that Saturn shifts, you hit the ground and you're like, okay, let's build. I'm inspired, I know what I'm doing, let's go for it. And Christmas is like this break that you need to take. It's fine. Use Christmas to just kind of spend time with family, don't get into anything with anyone. Mull over your ideas even more so that they crystallize and then get going after Christmas. Looks like a really good month for you. If you would like a private reading with me, then please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Please remember to subscribe to this YouTube channel, and I'll speak to you next month.